The Lost Cuckoo project is a collaboration between artist Marcus Rowlands, architects Tom Hughes and Thibaut de Volder from the Architects 2HD, Lakeside Arts Centre and families from 4 schools in Bilborough, Nottingham. Lakeside Arts Centre is the University of Nottingham's public arts centre and museum. We are eager to develop innovative approaches to art in the outdoor environment as we are situated in extensive public grounds that are rich in plant and animal life. The learning team has an established relationship with the schools in Bilborough through the Stretch project. With the support of the Education Improvement Partnership, Keys to Success, we develop access to and participation with the programme at the Arts Centre through a wide range of creative projects involving teachers, pupils and their parents. It is through these schools and their communities that we extended the audience of the Children's Festival. The Lost Cuckoo project provided Bilborough residents with the creative ownership of a visual arts event to entertain and engage the existing Lakeside audience. Over the weekend, 900 plus parents and children joined the Bilborough families to create sculptures in a shady area under the cherry trees next to Lakeside Arts Centre.
We did Heron Island 2 years ago and it's an extension of it. I approached company 2HD, which is a local Nottingham-based architects company, and said, would you like to kind of help me engineer this project and work on creating a new kind of module. We got about 30 families involved in Bilborough and kind of had a series of workshops, 3 of them where we were looking at different design concepts and different ways of connecting cardboard and building based on just working with a normal cardboard box and then changing it and cutting off corners and getting to the one where we're at today. Families have been coming in and that we've been working with in the schools and just leading the way and showing everybody else how to work with the cardboard boxes. They had a great time working together, and it's the same today. It's like everyone that's been leaving has been saying how great it's been to work with their children. Parents have been writing up contracts on the sculptures they've made saying they're going to get rid of their Wii's, they're going to get rid of computers, get rid of the TV screen and just give the children cardboard and tape. So it's been a great success in those terms, just the family kind of involvement. I think we've had over 500 people in 5 hours, so it's been a great turnout. So working with 2HD has been phenomenal. We've collaborated and it's just made things so much easier and more fun because we've been able to bounce ideas off each other. They bring a very different kind of expertise and thinking and approach to how they turn something from an idea into a 3-dimensional reality, and we've kind of really want to kind of take it forward and work together on other projects.
My name is Thibaut de Volder. I work at 2HD Architects. We are architecture practice based in Sneinton in Nottingham, and we are doing normally architecture projects, but often linked to a community and involving the schools, and we try to kind of mix architecture with public art. And we decided to not try to decide what it would be, but rather to experiment with in schools, which we did a series of workshops in schools, and we arrived with no preconception of what the things should look like. So we just brought some standard cardboard boxes and gave them to the families, and they built some really amazing things out of it. We were really impressed how they could push something as simple as a cardboard box, what kind of things you could make. So we talked to them and we got some feedback, and we decided to modify the box slightly. We worked with this cardboard manufacturing company to allow them to build even crazier forms out of this simple module. So we went through a series of modification of this prototype, and we ended up with something quite complex. And eventually we just reverted back to something really simple, just a simple cardboard box, just a corner chopped off, because it was enough to create really amazing forms out of it. So it was a very interesting design process for us as an architecture practice, because we tend to lead the design process, whereas here it was completely letting go of all the experimentation and the thinking to these families who were absolutely amazing at kind of pushing all our ideas and getting us out of our comfort zone to do new things. So it was a very exciting experience, and yeah, it's a great mix of involving people and thinking about how you can build space and create an experience with something as simple as a cardboard box. It worked out really well. The families worked with us all the time for the workshops. They came here and they were really kind of showing other people how to do amazing things with these boxes, and people were just bidding like mad. It was just amazing. We hardly told them anything, just gave them the box, tape dispensers, a few boxes, and they started to build and build and build, and things evolved from sculptural forms to more figurative, like picking dogs and all the things behind me. And now it's the end of the day, and looking a little bit like a battlefield, but it was great. It was very intense and very fun, so we loved it. The idea of creating really interesting spaces and different perception of spaces with very simple form, that you start with this small box and you can create this really unpredictable shape, which is something so simple and as benign as a simple cardboard box. And it was an interesting experiment for us to understand how to sort of randomly generate experiences in space without having to pre-design it, to just respond to a construction method and just create something out of it without being able to predict what it's going to be. So for this was the fun part of the project, how we stood back in terms of design and just observe what happened and just be able to create this amazing experience.
It's been really inspiring, not just for me but for the family, the families that have been involved, and I think they've worked really well with the families and got the families kind of on board and excited about the project. So it's been really good. I think as much as all the adults have got stuck into building, as well as the children, but I think more so the adults, and I've enjoyed that, but my favourite bit has just been seeing the interaction between parents and children building, and they've kind of like got their own roles within it. So the children might be doing the tape whilst the adults are deciding where the next block's going to go. It's been really good. They've enjoyed it, and we've just it's just grown. So we've not set out with an idea of what it's going to look like. It's just people have been folding the boxes and we've been putting them on, and it's just been quite fluid.
And I've enjoyed pretty much everything about it. There's not one bit that I haven't enjoyed. Back in our school, we've been experimenting with the boxes. One point we'd use like bamboo sticks and we tried to use ribbon and stuff, but we decided tape worked best, and it was just really good. We make stuff out of boxes.
Like in school?
Like in school, we go to the hall, we do it
big, like in a hall, and you make boxes out of everything, like a house or something, and it just has to be about Lost Cuckoo.